What is going on, guys? And happy Sunday. Happy week before Easter.
Happy Sunday.
Happy, and we are back from vacation. For a while we weren't there. There we did have some illness, and then we had a planned vacation.
Yes.
But we are back on regular schedule.
And
Well,
happy and everything.
and happy and everything. Well, kind of regular schedule. We did move uh, the news time to 8:30 instead of 8. It's a temporary thing, so hopefully you guys will still find us. Just 30 minutes later. There's reasons. I swear there's reasons. But if you guys don't know who we are, I am Jason Sohail.
And my name is Anna.
And we both host a podcast every week called Turtle Recall. In Turtle Recall, we look at every episode of the original series and pick apart at it like it's it's like Sunday dinner. Find all the cracks and everything, and basically. Anna's watching it for the very first time. I'm watching it for like the 100th time, except for this season because we're in the European season, and I have no idea like what's going on in these. I've seen these episodes once in my life, and then I already forgotten about them. But this week we are looking at the episode, "The Irish Gig is Up." The Irish Gig is Up. That's the title.
Irish.
Yeah, I was attempting to do a bad Irish accent. And it just came out horrible. But this is just the news portion of the podcast. So if you listen to the entire audio podcast, which will be available this Thursday, we're back on regular schedule. We will have Turtle Recall on Thursdays again. You'll have this part and also the episode. So, for you people who listen to like both the live version and the audio version, you guys are awesome. But, alright, ready to get into this week's news because we got a lot of NECA.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we got exciting NECA.
I'm ready.
Alright, right? Alright, so, the first thing is actually not going to be NECA. And it's actually not this picture that I'm putting on YouTube right now. But it is related because, for you guys on the audio podcast, right now we're looking at a picture of Casey Jones. And the reason why is because in Denver, there is going to be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles themed bar, like alcohol bar.
Oh.
And it is called Casey Jones.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, that's really fun. It's opening up in Denver. They said this is not a pop-up shop. They actually got the lease for 9 years, so they're going to be committed or end the lease early, however it goes. But I think it's pretty cool. I'm so curious what the drink menus will be like. So I mean, full disclosure, both Anna and I, both of us don't drink, but if we ever go to Denver, we're definitely gonna check this place out. Yeah. I just want to see the stuff, and maybe they can make us non-alcoholic versions of whatever.
Something.
Yeah, something. Yeah, exactly.
Ooze.
Yeah. I want to know what the ooze cocktail is. I want to know what's all in there and everything. But yeah, it's cool. So for you guys in the Denver area, this is opening up, and if you guys are listening to us in the Denver area, check this place out and let us know. I want a field report. So that's really all it. I mean, obviously we're a Ninja Turtles bar that it's not that's not going to be what's it called what am I looking for, licensed, obviously Viacom has nothing to do with this, and that's probably why they chose the name Casey Jones, because that's a public name anyway, because you can't really trademark Casey Jones.
Yeah.
It's oh, what are you gonna do? Trademark, but if you try to call it Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, then Viacom and Nickelodeon will be oh, no, you can't do that. But yeah, this is obviously not a license split thing, but it's still interesting, and I I imagine it's someone around like our age is opening up a huge Ninja Turtles fan and is like, you know what? I really want a bar themed after Ninja Turtles. And we also seen like unofficial like beer of like Ninja Turtles where like they make the cans that make the they have like the shape of the turtles with the like the weapons and that kind of stuff. You know, uh, it's just really interesting. So now everything else we're going to talk about is totally licensed and completely NECA. Because like so speaking of Casey Jones, we are in the month of April, and so NECA has actually put out in stores the April O'Neil farm pack, which comes with April and Casey in their outfits when they wore like in the first movie when they were in the farm, and then they also released out finally at retailers the April O'Neil action figure, the one that we've had for like oh gosh, I want to say 6 months now. That's finally available for people to buy in stores.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and I will say I kind of like that they made sure that this got into Walmart stores in April. Like I thought that was kind of neat of them. I don't know. I'm pretty sure like when they were doing it, it wasn't originally supposed to be, oh, let's put it out in April, but then like when it came time, they're like, oh, hey, we can make it. Hey, we'll just say we did it on purpose. It's totally April. So that's pretty cool. I do have to give a shout out to one of my local friends because of course, like every time we go on vacation, that's like when like the action figures come out, and like these Ninja Turtle NECA figures are like super hard to find. And while we're on vacation, one of my local friends was able to pick this up. He bought it, even though he didn't even get a response from me to say, hey, pick it up or not. And he said, hey, I know you're on vacation. I went ahead and bought it. And when I went to meet him, yeah. And then, like, of course, as soon as I came back, I gave him the money and we met up and everything. He gave me the figure. But because he even told me, like, he said he figured the worst case scenario is if I didn't want it, he could like take it back to the store and to return it. Like, but like he just wanted to make sure I didn't miss out. So that's really it for that. So if you're looking, like be sure to check out your WalMarts. I will say, like, I really like the April action figure. I thought they did a really good job, like on her face, and also the knees on the April action figures that is at the Walmart store is much better than the knees that we have and that we got from NECA. Like when, like, I will say, like, now, I mean, I'm not that bummed about it because at least the farm pack has the newer knees for April for the action figure.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they're a little different.
Yeah, it's a little different. Not like by like so much. I mean, but
They did some improve.
yeah, they did some improvements. So the next thing I want to talk about NECA is a little unfortunate news, but it's kind of like we kind of see it coming with action figures, because so NECA announced that the figures that we see on screen, and don't worry, audio podcast listeners, I'm gonna list out these figures, but the figures that these figures are going on the quote unquote NECA vaults, and which basically means that NECA has no plans to make any more of these anymore. And this is very common for action figures, to be honest. Like usually they make an action figure, it like they keep in production for like about a year, and then it goes away. I mean that's the whole point of collecting. But I know with NECA, like like with the turtles, they keep bringing out the turtles because turtles are popular. Like like characters like Roxanne Bebop, like they've been reissuing them. They've been reissuing Shredder and Krang. But these characters, they're not reissuing, and there's really good, I mean, 100% good reason. The characters we're looking at is Mondo Gecko, Muckman, the video game version of Baxter Stockman, Chrome Dome, the Catwoman from Channel 6 playset, like the one that has like the 4 figures from the Channel 6 team. Wingnut and Screwloose, Groundchuck and Dirtbag, and all four of the Punk Frogs. And I mean, now to be honest, like more than half of those I listed aren't characters
Popular.
that yeah, they're not popular. Like, I mean, to be honest, I'm glad NECA made them because like especially like Groundchuck and Dirtbag, like those are like so obscure. They were only in one episode. So was Wingnut and Screwloose. They were also in one episode. They weren't like characters that are like, oh wow, like we really remember these guys. Uh, so there's no reason to keep the shelves full of like not NECA with these, and especially like the Wingnut and Screwloose. I've been seeing they're regular in like Target. They're like they're not. It's not like oh everyone's like selling out. I mean, and that's just because when you like people like us who are like oh wow we got to get these figures and like we have to get them immediately. But like the majority of people who are like oh I used to watch Ninja Turtles like back in the day, they see these figures like who are these two, and like they're like they're not gonna commit $60 for like two characters that they don't know.
Yes.
So it makes sense. The Catwoman from Channel 6 set, I was surprised was on this list only because I thought this was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive that was for Target. I thought this was already a time exclusive. I have a feeling it still is. They just wanted to put it there just to make people know. And because like also I know like
So
I know
they're making extra of these, or
no. The everything that they made is done. They're not making any more of these. So if you don't like if you don't have them and you see them in store shelves, you need to pick them up now. If you don't, there's no plans for NECA to make more of these. Yeah. And then I know with the frogs don't really sell. I mean, I was surprised on how the frogs weren't selling, to be honest. Because
the frogs were cute.
the frogs are really cute. Now, I will say the problem with the frogs, to be honest, is that
They're 2-pack.
they're 2 packs, and with most people, they probably think the frogs are the same. Like when you have like two separate frogs, like they probably think like oh like two sets of the frogs. They just probably think they're the same. They don't like
Remember.
they can't remember them. And I mean also like these characters, they're not like I think these are the most memorable out of everyone in this pack thing, other than Baxter Stockman from the video game. But Baxter Stockman from the video game is not even in Target or anything like that. But yeah, I think, but I really think the frogs, like they kind of like shot themselves in the foot by doing like two separate 2-packs instead of one 4-pack. And I think that's why the frogs aren't selling. But I can tell you right now at my Target store, bunch of frogs. Like I mean, I'm just seeing like a lot of frogs and let's be honest, the reason why they're doing this vault thing is it's probably also from like Target. Target's probably like, hey, these things you promised us that we're gonna sell like hotcakes, well, these are not selling like hotcakes. You need to dial it back. And that's probably why NECA's like, okay, let me do. And honestly, they probably announced this like on like Instagram and their Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff they're probably trying to get like people to buy them too, just so they can get Target to buy more, because I mean, this is the way how retail works. We are Target's consumers, but NECA is the Target is NECA's consumer. If Target doesn't order, then NECA can't make more, and that's the way it works. So if you don't have those, be sure to pick them up. Like I said, like Wingnut and Screwloose, if you don't have that, that's really easy to find. I'm gonna be honest, like that's really easy to find. Groundchuck and Dirtbag are just now showing up in stores, but yeah, like most of these like shouldn't be hard to find, and like I'm really curious if your Target has sold out on the frogs or not. I mean, this is something I really want to know. All right, let's talk about the big thing. The big thing happened while we were on vacation. This was like, so we when I came back, I really wasn't checking my Twitter that much, but when I came back and I was checking my Twitter and I saw this, um, and I was like completely excited. And NECA has announced this bad boy.
Oh, cool. Is the van?
Yes, they announced the party wagon or the Ninja Turtle van or the Turtle van. I think they're calling it the Turtle van. In their listing, they're calling it the Turtle van. Like, so here's the deal. In the show, it never got a proper name. In the toy, it was called Party Wagon. In the show, they really just only call it Turtle Van. If you noticed, no, because nowhere in the show they call it Party Wagon. I still call it Party Wagon because that's what I grew up with. But yes, NECA has announced, they have formally announced the Party Wagon. This is something that they've been teasing. Like, I want to say at least like a year, maybe 2 years. Like ever since we started doing this YouTube podcast. Yeah. And like I know they had to delay it because was Playmates like re-released their Party Wagon, and because of that, Playmates was told both NECA and Super 7, hey, you can't release theirs. And I don't know if NECA, I really don't know if NECA and like Super 7 had a deal to because like Super 7 announced theirs like a few months ago. Now NECA is announcing theirs. I don't know if they had a deal or not, like on the thing. And we have Endanger Dog. He says it looks awesome. It does. It looks really cool. I actually really like it. I will say,
It kind of looks like it has a cap.
yeah. It looks like it has a cap. The dome, it is a little big. I mean, and like, so I mean, this is just my nitpicks. Like, not just to be honest, right now I'm just gonna tell you this is the best looking party wagon I've seen. Like that's based off the show. But like just a little nitpicks. I think like the little dome it's a little too big to me. And then I don't know why it looks so boxy. And like because like I don't know. I think because the show that draws it so round, and I got used to the toy, and the toy was kind of round.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the thing is just I don't know, it looks like in the front it's kind of like got like smushed up like and like so flat.
Yeah. Looks
But
like they crafted.
right. But it is. I mean, 100%. This is definitely the best party wagon. I think that's based off the toy, like based off the show. I should say the best party wagon that's based off the show. To me, like. And here's like the accessories is gonna come with. What's really cool is like, okay, so the dome part, it's gonna open up, like how it does in the theme song and also in the show. We've seen that sometimes open up. Both doors are going to open, like so, and we never had that on any of the versions of the party wagon before. We had it in the show, but so the left and the right door are going to open. So also, Endanger Dog says, sorry, I haven't dropped in here while I was on vacation. You are okay because we actually have not been here for a while. We were on vacation.
And guess what? I got the full emoji set.
You did get the full
4 turtles and a rat.
Full turtles and a rat. Oh, Anna's loving this. She is 100% loving this. Thank you, Endanger Dog. You have definitely made Anna's day.
Yes.
But yeah, so this is the accessories that is coming with it, like it's coming with the laser. We can like trade out the doors for like other things. We can even trade out the wall, which I thought was a cool detail.
Do you have more pictures?
Yeah, not like, I just have this one. I'll show you more pictures. The NECA has like give us plenty of pictures. But like the van is going to be 8 inches wide, 14 inches long, and 12 inches tall. So like good sizes. This is obviously going to fit your NECA figures really good. And honestly, you probably can put Super 7 figures in here as well. There's also going to be lights. And I believe sounds. I meant to check this before we went live. But I believe there's also going to be sounds. But there's going to be, but definitely it's lights. There's going to be lights in there. And right now, for like now until like the next Tuesday, I'm already forgetting what the date is. But you can pre-order this on NECA's website, and it is for $250. So, price-wise, to be honest, it was kind of like where I was expecting it to be.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be this much. Now, I will say, this is a much better price than the Super 7 one. Like the Super 7, if you remember, that was close to $400. I think this is actually exactly $100 cheaper than the Super 7.
Yes, and it has like it have two doors open.
Yeah,
accessories.
You have accessories. More importantly, this one looks more like the cartoon.
Yeah.
So we have two great options for modern party wagons for us. And I mean, personally, I prefer the NECA one more than the Super 7. But let us know which one you prefer. Let us know if you're one of those that are going to get both. I'm actually really curious about that. I know a few people who are not getting it. One of my good friends is not getting it only because he said he doesn't know where to put it. Now, to be honest,
we can tell him put it in our collection.
yeah, just put it in our collection. That's exactly what I should tell him. To be honest, that should be my reason for not getting it. But I'm totally getting it. Really excited about this. But yeah, if you don't, be sure to check out the description and wherever you listen to this podcast to get to pre-order this. We don't know when the actual release date is. We don't know if it's going to be this year or if it's going to be next year, but hopefully it will be soon. And that is everything that we have for this week. So thanks everyone who joined us, and thanks for coming back to us. I know like after we come back from vacation, it's always like hard to get like everyone back to the routine and everything.
Yes.
But thank you for everyone joining us. Thank you for Endangered Dog for contributing, and Anna loves those emojis. All right, this Thursday is the full audio podcast where we'll be talking about the episode "The Irish Gig is Up." And that's all we have for this week. All right, till next time, guys. See ya.